Hi everybody and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories.
This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole and it's by user Informal Contact 531. Am I the a-hole for telling a co-worker that she doesn't get special treatment just because she's sad? The title makes me sound like a jerk for sure, but hear me out. I work in a small office building for an estate company. I've been working there for 6 months now. In November, a co-worker of ours, I'll call her Lena to make it easier, came out as bi to us while we were grabbing dinner after work on a Friday. She told us she's known for a month now and has been sitting on it to come to terms with it, and that she was planning on telling her boyfriend that night, but she wanted our opinions first. I understood it because most people on that table were her besties and we were all civil together and we were all girls, so maybe she wanted a girl's opinion. Anyhow, the weekend goes by and she returns to work absolutely wrecked. I'm talking eyes puffy, hair a mess, and wearing the same clothes from Friday. I heard through the grapevine that the boyfriend didn't take it well and dumped her. They've been together for 4 years apparently, so she's obviously distressed. For the whole week, her performance was absolutely horrendous. No work done, no meetings attended, absolutely nothing. Our team leader was good friends with Lena, so she divided Lena's work on the rest of us. Just for the week, she said. But this continued on until now, and we're in February. Yesterday, the team leader decided to give me one of Lena's projects because this would have been her 5th anniversary with her boyfriend. I said no, I already had my own work. Why would I do someone's work for her and she gets paid for absolutely nothing while I'm still struggling with my salary and now double the work? The team leader threatened to write me up, so I went to HR and told her everything that has been happening, showed her the emails where the team leader gave us Lena's work and told us to be patient. On lunch break, Lena tried to corner me, telling me she's going through a rough time and that I should be supportive. I told her I was supportive, but now she's just milking it. She comes and goes as she pleases because the team leader covers for her. She doesn't work because her work gets handed out to us, and it's not fair. I told her that just because she's sad she got dumped, that doesn't mean we all need to pick up her slack. We all have our lives and problems, but we don't make it each other's problems. She called me a C-word and I just walked back to HR and told her what happened. They were both called in for a meeting and she's now facing possible termination, according to the same grapevine. I don't think I was in the wrong for going to HR. I'm not going to work for someone else and they get to hand it in and take all the credit. However, I think that I probably shouldn't have said what I said. 4 years is a long time and she did look absolutely wrecked. But at this point, it was getting a bit ridiculous to still expect such treatment. Am I the a-hole? Well, OP, you know what? I may be an a-hole too because my policy is don't take your personal crap to work. It's unprofessional and it's unfair to your coworkers. I get people can be depressed. Hey, I've been depressed as well, but I still went to work and I did my job and didn't pawn it off on other people. Why? Because we're adults and everybody's got baggage. Everybody has some kind of trauma. Everybody lives their own life and it's a different experience for everybody. The fact that somebody gets sad about their experience doesn't mean they get to toss it on other people to pick up the slack for them. Sure, you can be understanding and you can help out, to get them on their way, but this just got ridiculous for you. And the team leader covering for her friend and threatening to write you up if you didn't do what she asked, that is not leadership at all. You did right to go to HROP, you are not the a-hole. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's check out the community comments. Just Getting By One says, if you can't function at work, she should be on sick leave, not getting a free ride on coworkers' back. You did what you had to do, not the a-hole. Sweets 4 and 6 says, not the a-hole. The second your boss threatened to write you up for not doing someone else's work was the second they may as well have gone to HR themselves. They made it a problem for everyone and you took her work far longer than you should have. Doing for a week? I get it. Maybe even till the end of November, but 3 whole months, nearly 4 of doing someone else's work because they're sad they were dumped is ridiculous. Lena shouldn't be the only one facing termination. Your boss should be as well. Nailwild439 says, not the a-hole. I had a miscarriage, missed a week of work due to having a D&D. When I came back, I did my own work. Actually, I had to pick up my coworkers because she'd gone home for Christmas. So Lena can suck it up. It's been 3 months. Picking up slack for a coworker for a week or two is one thing. No big deal. We all do it. Hopefully they'll do the same if we're going through something someday. But the continued coddling after 3 months is ridiculous. And calling you the C word is beyond. I'd have gone to HR too. Now she's creating a hostile work environment. Persephone888 says, not the a-hole. Seriously, just over a breakup, this is what goes down? I get breakups are rough, but they happen. It's not like someone died. My husband had a stroke, and my workplace didn't do anything like this. Had next to no sympathy for my situation. God, this really takes the piss and angers me. So if Lena went through 5 different relationships through the year, would she get you guys to be her slaves for those 2? Your work life just depends on this one person's relationship status. Lol, the team leader is a joke and needs to be sacked for enabling this BS. Popular Reply 3051 says, not the a-hole. 3 months for an issue she created? I understand compassion for a few weeks, but I agree it's now taking the piss. Honestly, unless you're planning to cheat on your partner, why doesn't it matter if you're bi? Never understood that. A boyfriend could like men too, as long as he's not thinking he can have his cake and eat it too just because he's bi. I'm thinking she didn't just say she likes girls too. She was expecting a threesome or to be able to have 2 partners. And Dopey responds, now that you're mentioning it, there were some details shared through the same grapevine about how they actually broke up that I didn't want to put, but I'm just gonna say his sister was mentioned. You figured the meaning out yourself. And the real baby pop says, I struggle to understand something. I'm in a committed relationship. I wouldn't consider cheating. I discovered that I'm bi. But what difference does it make that I'm in a committed relationship? I wouldn't consider cheating. I'm not bi, but that doesn't mean I'm not attracted to other men. But I'm in a committed relationship. I wouldn't consider cheating. I don't need to tell my husband that I'm attracted to other people. He probably is too. So why did Lena need to tell her boyfriend this? And Dopey responds, I didn't really write a lot of details, even though I know the whole thing and it's messy, because I didn't want to put her laundry out there for everyone. So maybe you don't understand, but I'm telling you, the boyfriend was right. Well, the community agrees OP is not the a-hole, and OP hinted as to why this thing actually happened, and I'm thinking now Lena's like a double a-hole. Anyways, let's now move on to the update to see how this story ends. Hi, since a lot of you wanted an update on Lena and the team leader, here it is, but I also wanted to answer a few questions about Lena. 1. Lena didn't cheat, at least that we know of. What I heard is that she didn't want to get with the sister physically. She apparently said that she has suspected that she was bi for a few years, since high school, but what really confirmed it was her boyfriend's sister. Apparently, that's what they broke up, not because she was queer. 2. Why we let this go on for so long? It's because this was kind of what my team did to others in the team. For example, a month after I was hired, I had fallen and broken my right arm. Completely useless, and I can't get any work done. It took me a week to learn how to get things done with my left hand, and they helped me with it all. Also, another coworker of ours found out that his wife had cancer a few months ago. He had to take care of his sick mother who is in a wheelchair, his sick wife, and their toddler. For 2 months we covered for him, did whatever work he could do, and sometimes took over his assignments so he can sleep a little. This all stopped when he told us that his sister finally came and she took over some of his work at home and he returned to doing his full work. So helping out in the team wasn't something out of the ordinary. 3. No, Lena's work wasn't all dumped on me. If it was, I would have gone to HR from a long time. It was divided on all of us. 4. Why Lena told her coworkers before her boyfriend? Because most of the girls on that table were already her besties, save for me and 2 other girls, and we were civil with Lena. Maybe she wanted another girl's opinion? I have no clue why she told us. 5. Yes, most of us are on the younger side, like early 20s or something. Also, just because a woman pulled this crap doesn't give you an opening to be misogynistic. I believe this is all. Here's the update. So, according to the grapevine, HR demanded a mental evaluation and a doctor's note from Lena stating that she was actually struggling mentally the last few months. Apparently, if she really was, they'll give her unpaid leave until she found a therapist. If she wasn't, she'll be let go. I don't know if there will be any repercussions for her regarding the paychecks she took without actual work done. Nothing is known about the team leader, but she didn't come in yesterday and no one is talking about her. Lena's friend group is giving me the dirty eyes and whispering about me in the lunchroom like high school girls, but at least 47-year-old Marie is happy she no longer has to do extra work and she brought us cookies. Smiley face. Some co-workers came up to me and they thanked me for talking. They said they were waiting until our annual meeting on March to tell the actual CEO about it, but they're glad it was resolved before it. I guess this is the sum of it. Thank you for the support. Well, OP, whatever happens to the team lead or Lena, it's not your business anymore because you did what you had to do and now you can just focus on your work and your co-workers are happy, except for the mean girls from the cafeteria. Ew. So on that note, here's wishing you the best, OP. Thanks for sharing and take care. And now let's move on to the next post that also has an update. This post is from the subreddit entitled Parents and it's by user Lillian Faye. My parents changed their plans and are ruining my birthday. For context, I turned 21 on Monday. I go to university, but I came home for the weekend on Monday, both because it's my birthday and because my parents were going to be out of town. My mom wanted to go somewhere for Valentine's Day, and they were also going to be gone on my birthday. They wanted me to babysit my little brother and our dog, which I was fine with. I was honestly relieved they wouldn't be around, since the relationship between my mom and I is testy. She's ruined a couple of my birthdays before, both over my brother. She yelled at me on my 16th birthday for not being happy enough because it was ruining the day for my brother. She also yelled at me on my 20th because I wanted to have a private dinner with my parents and she wanted to bring my brother. I was glad she wasn't going to be around and I started making plans to celebrate my birthday as I wanted. I was going to walk dogs at the local shelter because the weather is supposed to be fantastic and I love the dogs. I didn't want cake, so my sister and I were going to go to an Asian bakery to get some red bean mochi, my favorite, and try these good-looking matcha lattes. I was also going to go into the city with my best friend and check out some cool thrift stores and maybe try alcohol for the first time. My mom would never allow it. My parents were supposed to leave Thursday night, but my mom changed her mind on Monday and decided that an exotic trip would be too expensive. They just bought a $9,000 hot tub because my mom was jealous of the one that my dad's friend had. And they went to a pro game in a nearby city instead. They're just going to be gone for a night. We're already off to a bad start. My mom ignored that I want mochi and bought a cake, which is nice, but it's a kind I don't like. I got really sick after eating it once, and both her and my sister can't eat gluten. Plus, my dad and brother don't like it that much either, since it has coffee in it. So it's a cake that no one can eat or no one likes. Yay! We had another bad incident earlier because I walked dogs after work as I'd promised to do 2 weeks ago, thinking my parents would be out of town and my brother and dog would be watched by my aunt. I even double-checked with my aunt to make sure that she was fine with this. My parents got wind and were pissed. I got 3 angry phone calls and 1 text from my mom saying that I am too old to be this irresponsible, leaving my brother and dog with my aunt, and to realize that my actions affect other people. That's rich coming from your mom. I guess I could have called my parents first, but they don't like that I volunteer at this shelter. My mom especially thinks that I care too much about these dogs. If they had it their way, they wouldn't want me at that shelter ever again. Then this evening, I got a series of texts from my mom and my sister. Mom and dad might go to a church in this city they're at now because this homesteader Ruby Frankie-esque YouTuber goes there and my mom is obsessed with her. Like, she wants our house to look like hers and she wants to see this lady, which, I mean, whatever floats her boat. My mom wants my sister and I to stay home and babysit our brother and dog and not to leave until she and dad get back. Tomorrow is the day we were going to go to the Asian bakery to get our mochi. We can't go in the afternoon because my sister has to go back to her uni town. We have told mom this. She just forgot, I guess. So am I right to be upset about this entire situation? I can't celebrate my birthday like I'd planned, and I'm being expected to prioritize my brother above my birthday. Am I selfish for thinking this is wrong? Am I overreacting for being upset? Not at all, OP. Your mom's just pawning your brother off to you and she can go do whatever she wants and think it's fun for her, but you just gotta suck it up for your own birthday? No, that's absolutely wrong. If I was in your shoes, I called my aunt anyways, explained the situation, and asked her if she can take care of your brother tomorrow morning while you go out with your sister. Your mom's not there to enforce her rules. If she doesn't like it, she can suck it up. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's check out the community comments. Maleficent and Curse says, leave. Pretty sad face. Your mom blatantly ruins your birthday every year. Leave now and go no contact. Block her and anyone else that's not on your side from your phone and social medias. Have a fun day to yourself and have a great birthday also. Save your mental health for her ridiculousness. Magdova says, just go back to uni. Ignore her crap. Life will be better that way. Long term, look up grade rocking. It's the future. And Neither Investment 95 says, your mother will always put your brother and herself first, even if it ruins your birthday. You need to say to her, I have plans for my birthday and I will not change them. I will be leaving at X time. You need to get a sitter or be home. They are your choices. I will not babysit and will leave him home alone if need be. I will not be looking after your child. From now on, avoid any birthday with or near them. Well, the community agrees that the mom sucks and that OP just needs to be free of her. So now let's move on to the update to see how this story ends. First of all, thank you to everyone who commented on my last post. I really appreciate it and I can't thank you enough for your support. Today was my birthday, so I figured I'd just write a bit and say what all went down. My plans changed slightly as things with my friend fell through last minute, but instead of telling my parents this, I went to the animal shelter that they don't like me going to and walked dogs there for a couple of hours. Then, when I was on my way to leave the shelter and get my birthday drink from Starbucks, I heard this little beagle whimpering and I asked the staff if I could take him with me. So I did. I got my drink, he got a pup cup, and I walked him for a mile out in this backroads area. He had a blast. Then we went to another coffee shop for another birthday drink, got another pup cup, and went for another walk. He had his head on my lap on the way back to the shelter. I felt so happy. After that, I went and got a third drink from a third coffee shop. Yay, free drinks! And then went and visited the same aunt who babysat my brother. We went for a hike and watched the Olympics. I did get an angry text from my mom as she had found out that I wasn't with my friend and was upset that I hadn't told her what my new plans were. I just ignored it. Then my dad texted and asked if I could come home as my mom wanted to see me. I made it home about 7:30. Mom wasn't too happy, but she was definitely trying to keep it subtle. She didn't greet me and was very pointed with her questions. She wasn't happy that I hadn't told her earlier about my plans falling through because she would have taken me out to lunch. I did not want her to take me out to lunch. I didn't tell her that. She also didn't seem happy that I spent the day at the shelter, but she didn't yell at me, which I'll take. I watched some more Olympics with her and then got ready for bed. She and I then got on the subject of coffee. My sister and I go out for coffee once a week. Sometimes I pay for both of our drinks. And she got upset that sometimes I pay for both of us. It started with her saying that I shouldn't pay when I'm the only one who drives us places, which is true, I'll admit, but then turned into her talking about my future medical school and how I'm going to be in debt and how coffee adds up in the long term and it's going to make me broke. She then got mad at my dad for saying that my sister and I could discuss our coffee arrangements like the adults we are. She said loudly that Dad's a coward who avoids confrontation when he went into the other room, then got upset with me when I said that was better than him being like one of the husbands on her reality shows. I was getting sick and tired of things, so I just eventually told her that I would talk to my sister and we would pay for our own drinks all of the time from there on out. She didn't seem too satisfied, but she didn't push things. I'm just worried now that she will get mad at my sister, who will get mad at me for telling Mom that I've bought her drinks sometimes. And yeah, it's a whole thing. Does this all make sense? My aunt bought me my first ever drink tonight, and I've been straight as an arrow my entire life. So I'm feeling slightly out of sorts. Nothing too bad, just very drowsy. Although that might be a bit of the placebo effect too, I don't know. But I feel like I'm rambling here. Point is, Mom's been a bit difficult, but I had a great day regardless. I spent my day the way I wanted and got out of most confrontations. I'll take it. Thanks again to everyone for your support. Wow, OP, honestly, your mom is just like relentless on trying to have no relationship with you when you grow up. Hopefully she does make a change, but it's not your responsibility. I'm glad you had a great birthday, OP. Thanks for sharing and take care. And now let's finish this video with a mood booster post. This post is from the subreddit Petty Revenge and it's by user Lynn Moira. She thought she was being smart. Years ago, I worked in a store with multiple cash registers. I was second on call, so when things got too busy at the first register, I was called to assist. The policy was that you gesture to the next person in the other line, "Please follow me, this register is opening now." It was an older man who started to gather some of his stuff that he already put down, and this fine specimen of a human paces from behind him, throws her stuff on the conveyor belt. I mentioned that the gentleman is supposed to be next, but she quickly retorts with a saying that literally translates to, "Life is for the quick ones." Sigh. I'm visibly annoyed, but the older man waves his hand to me, suggesting me to let it go. As I check her out, she pays with cash with a banknote. As I'm getting the change together, she realizes that she has change to match the difference, so she doesn't get that much change in return. She mentions, "Wait, I can match it probably," and starts rummaging in her purse. I already have all the change in my hand, gently smack it down in front of her and say, "Life is for the quick ones," and smile my most beautiful grin. She stormed off and the older man gave me a thumbs up. Oh yeah, OP, this was great. Use her own words against her. Thanks for sharing.
And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. Now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, I assume that you like these stories that I'm reading out. So here are